Hello, YouTubers. So today is the desk video. Dun dun dun. So here's a look at my desk from the end. So, there's the Tobes. The Tobes always looks over me. The Toby is my Jack Russell Dachshund mix, and he's keeping me safe. And also, there's my bird. That's Katie Bird. So Katie Bird and Toby have a love-hate relationship because neither one of them is sure. So my desk, my work table, is 6 feet long and 3 feet wide and came from a thrift store for $10. Excuse me, Toby needs to go out. Someone is making lunch. So you need to know that. I made my pencil holders. We're going to look at those more closely. I made my die and stamp holder. I did not make my recollection swingy thing, but I did get it from a thrift shop for, well, I think it was $3 because they didn't know what they had. Okay. My set of drawers are not from IKEA. They are from Wayfair. I believe that set of drawers was $76. I don't really know. The wider sets of drawers I think were $94. They match the IKEA wider set of Alex drawers that are usually $129, and this matches the 5 set. It's the same size as the 5 set of IKEA drawers, but as you can see, it is 6 drawers. So it just about fits under my desk, but the good thing is that if we lift the desk up a little bit, it holds it in place. And I'm going to show you what's in all of those drawers. There are 2 drawers on the desk itself. The top of the desk is laminate. It came that way with the 2 drawers and the desktop. It was an executive desk. It was butt ugly. So I spray painted all around it, carefully masking it off, and I spray painted the bottom of the legs. As you can see, they're now silver nickel. They were this ugly brass color. Yeah, that's what happened. So, let's see. There's my saying. Her soul is fierce, her heart is brave, her mind is strong. That helps me going. I do not have a Tim Holtz glass mat. I have a Caterpillar tempered glass mat because Caterpillar's been making them for much longer, as you can see. It is indeed a glass mat. It's got all the same markings. They're in black on a dark background. My mat was $23 instead of being $40. Yes, it was. Amazon shipping. This is a white glass tile. Look at that. It's a dark mat with a white side where I can do some painting. This glass tile was 50 cents. This mat was $23. So for $23.50 instead of $40, I have exactly the same thing. Over here is half of a self-healing mat that I got at Tuesday morning. I think it was $10. I'm in the middle of finishing those thank you cards. So the other thing I'm going to be doing today is coloring. I love coloring. So that's fun. The other half of this mat, I cut up into 4 mats because I didn't need this much self-healing mat. I did keep enough so that you can't really tell because I keep turning it over and over, but it goes from 1 to 16 inches and 1 to 12 inches. So it's 1 to 12 this way and 1 to 16 this way. One more time. It's 1 to 12, so it's 12 inches tall and it's 16 inches long. So it's the exact same size as my glass mat, and that gives me more than enough room to work. So let me show you all of my stuff on my desk. So this is my bucket of little bits that I keep as I'm working. So in here is things that I need to put away. It's some extra grass, a whole bunch of elephants. These were the elephants from my coloring video. So when I color things, I like to just color. and I spend a lot of time in bed or a lot of time on the couch. So when I color, I keep them in those drawers over there. I have a whole set of drawers that have just images in them. So when I want to make a quick card, I can. Some extra thing. What does this say? Mother's Day. What does it say? Happy Mother's Day. Yep, Happy Mother's Day. It's an extra sentiment from purple. That tells you how long ago I've put stuff away from in here. So here you go. Some dots from the inside of things, inside of other things. You know, just stuff. Stuff and bother. This is a makeup sponge. Now, on the end of it, you can tell it's kind of crispy because when I'm gluing really delicate things, I cut the end off. I put a puddle of glue on a piece of paper, I turn it over, and I sponge a little bit of glue on rather than trying to do little knobbies because it works better. So I have a squirt bottle. This came from Dollar Tree. Actually, I think this one came from a Ken Oliver class I was doing. So that's a much better one. But my original squirt bottle came from a Dollar Tree for $1. But that's my fancy one. I'm going to sit down while I do this. So, as I said in another video, here are my dispenser bottles. This one is water. This one is rubbing alcohol. And I use a plain old towel and a microfiber cloth. Both of them were pretty cheap. I got them at thrift stores because, you know, they're going to get dirty anyway. Glossy accents, some of my favorite. Art glitter glue, because I tried it. It certainly is easy to squeeze, so that's good stuff. This, frankly, tacky glue and art glitter glue are exactly the same, and this is cheaper. I love this stuff. Nouveau glitter glue, Nouveau adhesive. This stuff works really, really well. And frankly, this is Tombow Mono liquid adhesive in a squishy bottle. I don't like this squishy bottle. It's very hard to use if you have arthritis. But I love this glue. This glue is probably a collagen glue, and it lets you slide things around for longer. And I still have a little bit in there that I can stick in this bottle when it's done. When this bottle's empty, I'm going to change to probably a Doris bottle. This is good old Elmer's. Love Elmer's too. Extra bottle of Nouveau Drops in clear. That's the first bottle of Nouveau Drops. White, black. Those are the ones I keep on my desk. My splatter toothbrush. E6000. Whoops. E6000, because you can never have enough of that. Another top. I am a little quirky. So, yeah, that's my alien I found somewhere. I made him, and then he didn't work on the card I was making on, so I stuck him on there. My penguin. I don't know what that is. That is angels around us, angels within us. Okay, somebody must have given me that. That's a token from New Hampshire. That's the from the New Hampshire toll system. An extra pin, because you never know. These pins don't work in the glitter glue cap. A Tigger, because, you know, you can't have too many. Another hippo that I thought was so cute. I glued him on there. A doggy bead somebody gave me. A smiley eraser. Jekyll Island, Georgia. I was first finder on something. A zebra, because, you know, a zebra. So let's keep going. Yep, that's the E600, and we're just going around this. This is all things I use for, this is a scraper for my mat. These are needles, so for threading things, in case I need thread, or those are big needles. There's little needles in here. There's bookbinding needles. I also make books, journals, and things. My crafty brushes. These are, I actually have more of them, but you really don't need that many. You need one for each color. So that's what I've got. And I bought mine off eBay or Amazon, I think. You do need a good pair of these. Do not just buy plain old wire clippers. You do need a good pair of snips. Like $6 is not bad. These are the original ones I bought, and they don't work as well because they're jewelry snips. I had them, but I use them in case I need to like bend wire or do something. They're in here. So going back this way, these are the other tools I have in here. These are both hole punches. So we got 1/8 of an inch and 1/4 of an inch. So one of them's from Stampin' Up and the other one's from Staples. I went to a Stampin' Up party for a friend. Okay, so in the middle we have skizzers. These are only my big skizzers. So I have a pair of titanium Westcotts. I like them. They're small. They're not as expensive as Tim Holtz, but they work. Big Fiskars, only ever been used on paper. That's the important thing about scissors. If you only ever use them on paper and things, then they don't get bad. So those are my 9-inch ones. And then I have these two pairs. As I said, they're titanium. You know, I think these are the cheapy ones. Are they the cheapy ones? Yes, these are the cheapy ones from somewhere. Yeah, I don't use them much. Okay, these. Do you know what these are? These are paint palettes, palette knives from Lowe's. They come in a set, just like this. They cost $1.99. You know what I use them for? I use them for putting embossing paste on stencils. You know how they work? Great! You know how much embossing tools and embossing things are? Really expensive. You know how much these were? $1.99. Yeah, so that's what those are. Yeah, you don't need expensive markup things. You really don't. So, also in here is the remote to my TV, which should actually be in this one. Oops, sorry, it should be in this one. Also back here is a syringe. I ruined the other one, but this one still works. It's hard to do this when you're looking through a camera lens. Okay, so the other things I keep in here, I keep my biggest paintbrush for when I'm doing washes and stuff. That's like, well, it's a number 10. So that one, because it doesn't fit anywhere else. I keep my T-square, which honestly is the ruler I use the most. That's a T-square ruler. I keep the ruler my kid gave me. It's nothing really special, but it's the one my kid gave me, and it's purple. I have some sort of weird extra duty Westcott ruler in here. And this is the ruler that my father's name on it. And it's just special because it's a metal ruler and it's got my dad's name on it. So honestly, that's the one I use the most. Moving things away from the drawers. In this drawer we have, these are blades for the window thing. These are blades for my favorite cutter. Knife. I don't use a knife. These are just blades. Blades and pins, in case I need them. I'll show you in a minute. Binder clips, always good. And weird tubey things because I didn't know where else to put them. In here. So I work at Disney. So these things people sell to put on their magic bands, and I've yet to figure out how to use them. So little bits I might use for cards. Extender rods for my stencil book. Ooh, paper clips up the wazoo. Also hold things together when you're building boxes and things. So an adhesive eraser, very important. 2 sand erasers because I got one in a box and I had bought one, and a pencil eraser. These are essential if you are crafting. Really, you need an adhesive eraser. You do! And a yardstick and more hair ties than Carter has little liver pills because my hair is really long and gets in my face. Yeah. Over on this, wait a minute, hold on, we're just gonna push all this back this way because, you know, if I don't do it now, I'll forget. Over back this way, this is kind of cool. So I saw this on somebody's YouTube channel. This is literally an acrylic frame from the Dollar Tree with a piece of paper in it and a piece of magnet on it. So when I'm working on a card or something, I stick my dies on this side and I stick the stamps on this side. Right now it's like, this is a mask from a rocket I was doing. This is, this die set came from Simply Paper Crafts, Simply Cards and Paper Crafting, which is a magazine from the UK. So did this one, which I think it's a takeoff on a die from Simon Says Stamps. And I don't know where, I think this was a gift from someone. Anyway, I don't know. I haven't packaged them up yet and stuck them into my die and stamp holder. So they're still there, but when I'm working on things and I'm done with a die, I stick it up here until I can put it away. This thing is invaluable because you don't lose dies. I really recommend it. But remember that one video where you heard this huge, awful crash? Yes, because I scooped it off my desk and all the dies fell off. Oops. Little Spellbinders Prism. Not my favorite small die cutter, but my Sigh Sidekick died. I bought this because it was blue and it matched my craft room. It kind of works when I don't want to get up. So, my essential crafting tools. On this side, we have my pointy tweezers, which I never get sticky. A pair of dental tweezers, because those are also good. We have, I use this one on my scoring board, and this thing. So, Mary Polanco and Corey Wiskman got me into this. This is a Teflon bone folder. This was actually worth it. I bought the one off of Amazon because it was the cheapest one around, and frankly, I think it said homemade Teflon bone folder, but really it's nice in your hand and it really actually works pretty well. So on this side, this was an old pair of tweezers out of my makeup kit, and this is the only one I use on sticky, because that. This is the craft knife I use, hence all those other little blades. I like it because this is the way I cut. It's very controlled. I like this. I've been using this for a long time. I used to do Scherenschnitt, which is fancy paper cutting, and this was the knife I used, so I think it's just what I like. Let's see. These are also scissors that I use for cutting sticky stuff. They are actually 2 pairs of surgical scissors from my father. So you can't buy these anywhere. They're actually autoclavable scissors. They still work fine. I sharpen them every once in a while. Good old cutter bees. These are amazing. I really like those. My pokey tool, it's a We Are Memory Keepers set of embossing tools. The rest of them are over here. I should be taking these all out as we go so I can show you what this is. So this is a box that I made, and I made it in 2 sizes. Okay, so these are also different kinds of spatulas that I use. So this one is a silicone spatula, and I use it for various things. It was too wide, so I cut it down $1. I was $1. And as you can see, it's well loved and well used. This one is really interesting because this is a Teflon sandwich spreader that I found at Heroes Welcome in North Hero, Vermont, and it was being sold as a picnic knife. But this thing is amazing. I like this, and I've never found it anywhere else. This is for paint. This is actually a paint tool, but that's what I use. So this I literally made to match my craft room. This is paper folding. It's basically an origami box. Found it on Mixed Up Craft, which is Sam Clayton's website. Lovely tutorials, lovely woman. It was so much fun. I made 2 of them. So this one has all my tools in it, and I deliberately made it 2 sizes because I needed one that was a little shorter for one side that was shorter for my scissors and tweezers and things. And this one is all the same height because it has pens and pencils and markers in it. So it's six compartments. So we've got pencils, we've got regular pens, we've got more regular pens because I'm an idiot, silver and gold paint pens, micron pens, we've got journaling pens of various colors. I think we've got white, black and silver is what we've got, and a Sharpie because I'm not quite sure why that's there. But anyway, if you want, put down on the thing and I will show you how to make those. Finally, over here we have what I run on, seltzer. I run on seltzer. Always put liquid way to the side. So the other interesting thing is I always have scrap paper beside me so I can like put color or marker or whatever. This is paper with big double-sided tape on it that I haven't decided what to do yet. But I always leave it over here in case I decide I know what to do with it. I use painter's tape for sticking dies down. Yes, I do. Now we're going to go to the drawers. Actually, we're not. What we're going to do is we're going to go to... This is my wastebasket. Now, that's kind of funny. This is a square. It's a basket that's a 12 by 12 square. So on this side, I put big pieces of cardboard and big pieces of paper that I'm going to take to the recycling. I hang my 2 cloths, one of which I just dropped, off of the edges here so they're easy to get. A bag with handles holds all my paper waste, and a plastic bag holds all my plastic waste and stuff that I can't recycle. So that way, it all stays together. And it's all in one spot, and it's easy to get to. Now, so it's interesting. These, I'm gonna stand up so you guys can see this easier. These things I made. They're made out of heavy chipboard and covered with paper. I don't know if it looks like I put them together with duct tape. So, in here are more scraps of paper, my full sticky Post-it notes, scraps of paper, an old card so that I can use it to scrape things with, more pins. These are used to unclog Nuvo drops. Okay, so various sizes of score tape in various, I think this is 1/8 of an inch. Yep. So 1/8, half, 1/8, quarter, and a half. This is called Blue Hawk Delicate Surfaces, or it's by 3M, but it's Blue Hawk Delicate Surfaces. Tombow tape runner. This is all my foam dots and squares and glue dots and things like that. This is Burtec Automotive Foam. It is so incredibly much cheaper than Scotch 3M. You do have to cut it. That's the downside. But you get used to cutting it. Comes in the same size, and it's like, I don't know, $20 cheaper. It is amazing stuff. So, going a little bit deeper. So I have this same storage back here. And so I store, you know, when I'm waiting and when I'm, you know, so that's the half inch, the quarter, the eighth of an inch, and the quarter inch. Toothpicks. What is this? Oh, this is this cuts off a corner, and this is my rounds a corner, sort of in the way. Should go here. This is what the pin came in. Pencil sharpeners. That's what I keep in that drawer. In this drawer is my Tim Holtz stamping platform. The platform, well, my wreath maker. My Tim Holtz, my stamping platform. My envelope maker. Some more storage stuff. More Misties. I bought these things at last year's Stamp Fest. Can't figure out what to do with them. But, you know, I'm a Scotswoman, so I'm going to hold on to them until I figure it out. More bottles, more things. Ooh, my cards. That's me. Paper Crafts by Cindy Ellen. There it is. My RA gloves for when my hands hurt. All right. Sitting back down in the drawers. In my top drawers is all of my, yes, I made all of these, all of my acrylic box and my brand stamp, my Wink of Stella things. I find they work better if you leave them on their side. Alcohol wipes if I need them. A smaller squirt bottle if I need it, and in the back there is thread. I have an entire set of Memento inks. I have the entire set of Memento inks. I have the entire set of Memento chalk inks. I love Memento inks. I think they stamp beautifully, and I think they do really well for all kinds of things, but they stamp incredibly well. So this is the end of the Mementos. I love Tsukaneko, in case you wanted to know. There's some extra ones, little archival inks, some heroes that I got in kits. This is my re-inker for, well, this one looks like it's my Brilliance re-inker. There should be a Memento re-inker in here somewhere too, because this is my Memento Tuxedo Black. Maybe I need to get one. Okay, it's my Memento Tuxedo Black. So, here you go. So I use Brilliant Graphite Black. I used to use that and my VersaFine all the time. I have to tell you that Scrapbook.com Hybrid Ink is my new favorite black ink for everything. I adore this stuff. It gives you such an amazing image, and it never smudges for love or money. So I'm like really up for that. Oh, this is my, that's what was going on. It was separating. But this is my Tsukaneko re-inker. It is so old that it has a different name, but it's the same as that stuff. So, in here, yes, are all of my blenders. Here's some Tim Holtz blender brushes and things. I used to have a whole set of these for all of my Distress Oxides, and I've just changed to these guys. If you haven't seen them, they're basically big fat versions of Tim's brushes, but they're like twice as fat. And I frankly love that because my hands don't work. So, you know, you got to do you. One of the things I find is that sometimes we yell at each other. These ones, if you like smaller brushes, these are $2.35 at, that's a sticker. These are $2.35 at Joann's, and they work really well too. You can't really do a loose, you have to be really careful if you're doing a loose, gentle brush on them, but they're not bad. So anyway, I've tried a lot of brushes. This is my scrap paper drawer, and it's also got blanks. These are 4.5 by 4.25 by 5.5, 6 by 6 scrap paper strips from other things. And in the bottom is all my paint stuff, my water painting stuff, watercoloring things. So just brushes and things like that. So that's what I sit surrounded by, because that makes my life easier. You get to do you. Okay, this is a long video. Go do something else, like craft. Have a great day. Bye.